Good afternoon from Yami BTV, and as promised, in the house with me today, far away in the deep part of the countryside, is my old mucker with a powerful story, a man that I spent many years with in a Category A system and was many eras before me and saw the change from the old and the new. And he tells part one of his story today from Yami BTV. Nice to see you, Johnny Hilton. Nice to see you, John. Loads of love. Last time I saw you, you beat me at paddy tennis in one. All he did was stand there, and he had me running about everywhere. That was in his twilight days. But what a man. Look at him. 95 years old, met everybody that was anybody and was there in that terrible system from beginning of time. To now, I think probably the most knowledgeable interviewee to ever come on to Yami BTV. So we're going to take it all the way from the beginning, John, because I suspect that you would have had to have been born before the war.
1929. I was born.
1929, John?
1929. Yeah. When the war broke out, I was 10 years of age.
10 years of age, living, stable family home?
I'm living in Brixton with mum and dad and two sisters.
Yeah.
And I had a normal upbringing in them days.
Yeah.
Mostly football, swimming, running around like kids do, just doing normal things.
Yeah.
And then the war broke out, and I remember thinking to myself, I wonder what's going to happen now,
Yeah.
And it all carried on quite calmly, and until London started getting bombed. And we was getting bombed every night, and every day in the schoolyard, we used to read out the names of the kids who'd been killed the night before, and we say a prayer for them. And so one night I went to bed quite normally. I woke up in the pitch black, covered in dust, couldn't breathe, with a huge weight on my back, and I was screaming, "Mother, mother, mother." And I remember a man's voice saying, all right, we're coming. At that point, I lost consciousness. I came to in Harrow General Hospital with cuts and bruises and injuries over me. Nothing too serious, I'm pleased to say. I was there for a little while, and I remember nobody come to see me about my parents being killed, or my foster parents, but there was my parents in my heart. And obviously, in the war years, there was no help or assistance. Now you've got psychologists, child psychologists, you've got welfare workers, dozens of people you could turn to in times of stress. And it was a time of stress for me. What the attitude was in the war was stiff upper lip and carry on. And don't whinge, because London was getting bombed. There were soldiers coming on with no legs and arms. The country was in turmoil. We were our backs to the wall, and everybody was in the war effort, all about the war effort. And anything else went by the board. If you got killed, if you got blown up, whatever, it was no news, all about war news. So, one day I'm in the hospital, and this woman come in, and she said, "I'm your mother." I looked at her. I said, I thought to myself, "You're not my mother. My mother's dead." But she said, "They're your foster parents." I thought that was my real parents.
Go on, carry on, John. Because all I was going to ask was, when was your real parents around then? Unless I've missed something.
I've never seen her.
So you was in foster care from the age of?
Whenever, as far as I can remember.
Right.
See, as far as I remember.
Yeah.
And then this woman appeared,
So she was your real mum.
nice looking woman, but I didn't like her, and she didn't like me. It was one of the things where we were strangers, you know. And she took me home with her, and we lived at New Church Road. New Church Road, Hove in Sussex.
Yeah.
Lovely house, parquet floor, grand piano, lovely garden. A beautiful house, but it always seemed cold and strange to me. I thought more like a lodger, because not once did she ever put her arm around me and give me a cuddle. Not once, never. You know, we was like a lodger. Anyway, I started to go to work in a printing factory, and this particular day, I needed a spanner for my bike. So I crept into this shop, stole a spanner, which today's money would be worth about 10 pence. I got caught, and I got charged with theft. And I arrived at Hove Juvenile Court, and the charges read out, and I was on my own standing there. And I remember the magistrate said, "Is anybody here to speak up for him?" And they said, yes sir, his mother's here. And I thought, oh, blinder, my mum's here, she'd get me out, you know, she'd speak up for me.
First ever criminal arrest.
Yeah. And so she stood up in court and said, "I can't handle him, he's disrespectful, he runs around and he needs discipline. And it might be a good idea if you could put him into an institution so he can learn discipline." I was a very quiet, well-behaved boy. I used to mow the lawn, get the coal scuttles out and then out, do all sorts of little work around the house. Never complained, never shouted at her, never, very well behaved. Anyway, they give me 18 months of proof school. So, I now start on the long road of crime. I went to the proof school. I was a rebellious young man, and I got in trouble several times. And the first twice I got the strap, which was a leather strap with 2 prongs, and there's the bends you over the horse in front of all the boys, and strap it and give you the strap. So I did that a couple of times, and then I got my offences grew a bit more serious.
So you're 14 at this time in your
14 years of age, yeah. And then his other master come in with the cane. And the cane, it wasn't a cane, it was a weapon. Thick as my finger. And he used to bend you over a horse, or he used to search you to make sure you haven't got no paper or stuff in your underpants to get the blows, you know.
Yeah.
And he used to stand a little way away and run in front of all the boys after tea, run, smash, and he'd done that 6 times. I was in agony, but I wouldn't show it. I would not show any pain. I just stood there and took it. When I sat down, and in the fullness of time, I tried to run away, but got caught. Went back, more came, and then one day I was discharged. I went back to my house in New Church Road, thinking the first thing I'm going to do is go for a bike ride. So I went home, looked in the garage. I said to her mother, "Where's my bike?" She said, "Oh, I sold it," she says. I looked at her. Even then, I looked at her, I thought, "You arsehole. What do you sell my bike for?" She said, I said, "What did you get for it?" She said, "I've got £1 for it." And I wasn't happy there, I didn't like it. Beautiful house, parquet floors, grand piano, beautiful garden, French windows like a balcony. But it was like living in a show home. There was no love in the house, no laughter, very quiet. And I felt like a lodger. That's the truth. I was very unhappy. I felt like a lodger. And then, what happened then? I broke into a couple of factories and stole bits and pieces from the factory. And I got 3 years Borstal.
What age was you then?
I was,
16.
I think it was about 17.
16.
You could get Borstal for about 16, I mean.
Yeah.
I was 17 years of age and I got Borstal.
Yeah.
And I went to Rochester Borstal. When I arrived at Rochester Borstal, the first thing that happened to me was that you had long tables with young boys all sitting around the table,
Yeah.
and the table leader at the top. And when the food used to come round, he used to take the food, let all his cronies take all the best bit of the food, and we was receptionists, me and my mate was receptionists at the end, and we got hardly anything, you know. And I was starving. So I looked at this boy, I thought, I'm not having this. So I said to my pal, in the morning, this boy used to go in the recess and clean his teeth every day. And this day, he had bed legs. You could unscrew them,
Yeah.
metal bed legs, but that long that was. I got that in a towel. And I said to my mate, I would just stand outside the door, and when everything's all right, just do that. Sweet. That's an old criminal one.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
Yeah.
I sat in the toilet, and he went, sweet. That meant he's in there cleaning his teeth. I come out the toilet, got this bed leg. I hit him about 5 times, as hard as I could, over the head. He just fell unconscious, you know. And I rubbed the thing in the towel, wiped it down quickly, give him the towel, he destroyed it, went upstairs, done that. So, I never got nicked for it because nobody grasped. But when I went there, they all knew what I'd done, and I think they was a bit frightened of me. And they said, do you want to be table leader? I looked at this muppet. I said, I don't want to be a table leader. I didn't come here to be a table leader. All I want is my fair ration of food.
Yeah.
And if I don't get it, I will smash the next one up the fucking air as well. So that's all I want to fit like that. But I've got my fair ration of food. A lesson. The lesson was there are times in your life when you've got to perform violence to get your share of something. Not being a bully or a villain.
Yeah.
Somebody who was genuinely hungry.
Yeah, because you don't want to suffer.
Yeah,
why should they be getting more than you when everybody should be getting treated the same?
I carried on in the approved school at the Borstal. Nobody bothered me because I was young now. I could have my 40 years ago.
And you set the record straight right from early.
You know, and this day I decided to escape from Rochester Borstal. So there was a big hallway, and at the end, long walls, and there was some still expanding wire on the top, diamond-shaped wire over the window. And I thought, if I get up there, I could bend the wire back, break the window, and escape, get down, and go on my way. It was a foolish and ill thought out escape. But all I can say is I was young and a bit silly at the time.
Yeah. It seemed like a good idea.
So anyway, I went up there, got up there, seized this wire in both hands and tried to bend it, but he couldn't bend it. What happened was, it all come away from the wall and I fell down. And as I fell down, I fell about 15 feet onto the landing. Crash! Ran down the stairs. The housemaster wouldn't come down. He just looked and wouldn't come down. I sat down like this, my pal, and my hands was tingling. I said, fuck. I looked at his hands, these two stumps, these two fingers, the stumps, the hands are gone. This was all smashed in. This finger, and this finger was hanging off. Terrible state. I was in a terrible state. So I went down to the housemaster and just, he went, oh my God, he went. When I was in the gatehouse, now the pain started kicking in. But I wouldn't show no pain. I just sat there as if, fuck it. And he put some stuff on my hands, cotton wool, and waited about an hour before the ambulance come. I was taken to St Bart's Hospital in Rochester. Went in there, nurse gave me an injection. Next thing, I woke up early hours in the morning, about 5 o'clock in the morning. And the 2 screws were sitting there, directly I was awake. They put me on a stretcher, carried me out, put me in the back of a builder's van, drove me back to Rochester Borstal, and carried me on this stretcher straight down to the punishment wing. And they lodged me between 2 chairs, two tables, down there, and shut the door and left me. Now, this happened today.
It wouldn't happen today.
It couldn't happen today.
It couldn't happen today.
It could not happen today. But then, back in these days, it was considered to be quite normal. Because it was a tough era.
Yeah, it was.
This young people now, they'd never lost. They'd never do it.
My era
all the
after
snowflakes.
you. My era after you was hard.
And what happened was, as a result of your treatment, you become very tough.
Yeah, early on.
You become a very tough young man. Anyway, I'm lying there all night long. I pissed myself because I couldn't use my hands and I was too weak to get up. So I'm lying on this stretcher of my own piss. And one day, when the morning come, the people went over and the geezer, he said, fuck me, he said, it's John. We're back to the wing and said, John Hilton's down the choking and stood on the stretcher. If you don't let him up, we'll smash the gaff down. So he said, let me up. Went to the hospital and they stitched me. Oh, I was in so much pain. I remember him getting a pinchers and pinching the scab off it. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I never screamed. I just went. Oh, I wouldn't.
That's where your pain threshold came.
Yeah, I was in so much pain, and I cried down the choking. I remember crying. I was only 17, and I started crying, and I swore I would never cry again, or show fear.
That's what I meant.
Or unhappiness to anybody else in the world. And I become buttoned up. Another lesson I learned, to accept pain and discomfort without complaining. And that's what I done. Time went by. Used to go for route marches. The boys used to go crocodile fashion and take you around the countryside for a Sunday morning stroll with a couple of screws in charge. So I went to the housemaster. I said to him, could I go on a route march, I said. He said, oh, I don't know about that. I said, please, I said, I've lost my fingers. I lost 4 months remission for my pains. I said, I deserve a break. All right, I said, on the list for Sunday.
Don't tell me you had another plan.
So I went out there on Sunday, yeah, and I was going past this wood, and I went zoom, I ran in the wood, and jumped in the middle of a bush. They kept still, kept very still. And the screws came running out of me. One of them tore his trousers, trying to get through to me. They couldn't see me. I heard him say, if I catch him, I'll kick his arse all the way back to the choking, he says. I thought, oh, let me be caught. But I got away. And I broke into a house.
Try again.
I broke into a house. I remember I broke into this house and there was a great big cake on the kitchen table and a load of milk. I've got a knife out, cut the cake in half, sloughed this cake down, it's drunk the fucking milk. There's a purse. I opened the purse up. I think there was about £2 in there. But I took it and I walked to the station. What station was it? Maidstone, I suppose it was. Walked to Maidstone station and got a train ticket to Bethnal Green. And because I knew some people down there. And I went to Bethnal Green and they put me up. And I met a couple of pals of mine. And we started stealing rolls of cloth out of the windows. When it was a foggy night, we'd go out, smash the windows, nick a couple of rolls of cloth and run down it. And I think we used to get about, I'm not quite sure now, £15 a roll. It was a lot of money in them days. A lot of money. And this particular night, we'd done a shop and we had a big roll of cloth. Each one end, on the other end, down the street. And I said to him, I still see two people cutting the walls to me. I said, are they policemen? He said, nah, I said, they're firemen, he says. Carried on walking. I said, it's fucking policemen, I said. Dropped the ring, ran through, he went that way, I went that way, I went in the bush, in someone's front garden, and the person opposite shouted at the coppers, he's in the bush, he's in the bush. So I got nicked.
How long was you on the run for? From the escape?
Well, no, I was out legally then.
No, you wasn't
on the run. Oh,
on
yeah.
the run.
I was on the run for a few months.
Oh, for a few months?
3 months. Oh, yeah, 3 months, yeah. And then, anyway, police nicked me, Bethnal Green. He said, what's your name? I said, Mickey Mouse. I got a company euro, and they all come and give me a slap. Because in the days,
That's what you just get.
Saw a slap.
You got
slap,
that in
slap,
my head, Richard.
Yeah, slap, 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 slap. And I got charged with breaking and entering and stealing some cloth or something.
Yeah.
And I wound up by getting, what happens?
You was already doing a free Borstal.
Yeah, another Borstal on top of that. 18 months, I went to Portland.
No.
And while I was in Portland was where I met Frank Mitchell, God rest him.
Frank Mitchell, the one that with the
the
grannies.
X-Man.
With the
The
grannies.
X-Man, yeah. The X-Man.
Go on, John.
Lovely man. We become great friends.
What age was that? About 16, 17?
Yeah, it's only young.
Would have been, yeah.
Only young, yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
And after a little while, I behaved myself and got discharged and went home.
Frank Mitchell in the early days, in them young days?
Who?
Frank Mitchell, big geezer, young?
Oh, he was a giant of a man. He was a very handsome man. He could have been a model.
Yeah.
About
I've seen black and
6'2",
white pictures.
17 stone, strong as a lion. Very handsome man, square jaw, nice teeth, good looking man. But no disrespect, he was a bit childish, but he's still a very nice man.
Yeah.
He didn't deserve to get killed like he did. Anyway, where am I now?
Yeah, but you've got the 18 months on top of the 3 years, John.
Yeah,
and you've gone to Portland, met Frank Mitchell.
I went out, eventually I got discharged, and I met a geezer called Manchester Fred, an old burglar. And he hurt his knee, and he couldn't climb anymore. So what I did, I was his apprentice. He learnt me how to make keys. You know, in them days, it was all small, little tiny keys. He learnt me how to grind them down, take the thing off and make them into sort of skeleton keys, you know.
Yeah.
He taught me how to lloyd doors off. You should go and get a motorcycle.
What do you mean lloyd, with plastic?
Yeah.
God, was that around back then?
Yeah.
God, I thought that was a West London thing in my era.
Yeah,
Go on, John.
I used to go and buy 30mm sheet of plastic.
Yeah.
And I used to cut it out.
Has to be a particular thick plastic.
Into a square.
Into a square.
And make it round at each edge.
Golden Benny.
And you used to put it in the thing, and shake the door, and the yellow lock would open.
Open, yeah.
It was simple.
Yeah.
Simple. It taught me about how to look through, get a lighter, and put the lighter in front of the keyhole.
Yeah.
And if the tumblers are all dusty and not used,
they
haven't been used, just a lloyd.
Yeah.
But if they're all fresh and shiny, you do, the lock was on. Another trick it learned me was to get a piece of film
Yeah.
and put it in the door jamb
Yeah.
and wiggle it up, and that way you know if there was a bolt on
or not.
that sort of thing.
Yeah,
It taught me a great deal
Yeah.
about a burglar, and I've become a good burglar. He told me how to break windows without anybody knowing.
What, with a tape?
One shot, tap, bang, it all comes away.
It is what it is, and
So
it was what it
I've
was.
become quite a proficient burglar.
Oi, John, do you know that in my era, well, 20 odd years off, well, years and years after yours, my lot used to cut the Coke bottles and the thing to make the Lloyds.
Yeah.
The plastic, the best one was the brew ones because they were thicker and.
Yeah.
But now you know they could slide Bannums now.
Oh yeah, you should.
Now as long as they're not double locked. Yeah, but go on.
Yeah, I know. I was a burglar. Become a burglar. I was working 1, 2, 4-handed, and we used to split up and share the proceeds afterwards.
Yeah, John.
And what I used to do, I used to get a block of flats and get a little tiny bit of wood
Yeah.
and put it in the door jamb, different doors. Yeah.
Yeah.
And go back about an hour and a half later.
Yeah.
10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And if it had been on the floor, that door had been opened. So there was nobody in there.
God, I didn't know about that one.
And we've become, I would say, good burglars.
But John, all right, John. So after meeting Manchester Fred, right? So you learn there a few tricks of the trade. Prison, we know, is a breeding ground for gaining more knowledge from other criminals. Now, when you came out from that bit, after when you got into a bit of that, how long did you last doing that?
Oh, a couple of years, I think it was.
So you'd have been up until 1920 before you touched prison again?
Yeah. Well, what happened was, we was doing a burglary over by Regent's Park, and it come on us, and we had to fight our way out, which we'd done. And when we went back, I was living over Hornsey, my flat in Hornsey. Looked at the Tom, shared it all out, blah, blah, blah. And so he said, fuck me, he said, we nearly got a nick there, he said. I said, what we should do, I said, is to get a gun. Hey, we should get a gun. I said, point the gun at them and frighten them. I said, yeah, that's a good idea.
So you will stand a better chance of getting away if it really is on top, because that spooked you out a little bit.
That was a small step.
But that's a big extreme
Between going
change
from
from being a burglar. Yeah.
We wound up being an armed robber.
100%. John, sorry, but during that time out, during the burglary, what about your relationships and things like that out on the outside?
I had girlfriends and a nice car and a nice place to live.
Going out a bit, maybe?
Oh, up the West End. I wouldn't drink on the manor.
No.
I'd go up the West End. So at the West End, you're just another stranger.
So, yeah, but what we talking, the 60s here?
Yeah.
So right in them early bits there, who did you come into the contacts with? Did you come into any contact with any major name criminals from that early age before you met them later on, as we'll get to?
I think I met all my, shall we say, major criminal contacts when I was in prison.
Right, so all right, leave that for now then, Uncle John. John, so then during that time, the 2 years, you nearly got the nicks of Regent's Park, and then you decided that maybe it'd be a good idea to carry a gun.
Carry a gun. So I went out, we had a stroke of luck. We'd done a burglary, and in this cupboard was about 4 or 5 guns. Amazing. I remember there was a Luger. The Luger went on to shoot somebody dead in another robbery I was on. A 38, a couple of 22s. So we had, all of a sudden, we had guns. And then, what happened was that John, he's dead now, he came to me and said, there's a guy who wants to give us some work, robbery. I said, all right. I said, who is it? I said, who is it? And he gave us a bit of work over at North London, Mount Pleasant. We've done a bit of work at Mount Pleasant. Somebody used to bring the money out of somewhere. So we got a van, and that's when I become an organiser. I become a good organiser because I'm just natural. I used to go and steal the cars, ring them, walk the routes, but they just used to sit back and let me do it on my own because I was a compulsive robber.
Yeah.
I become a compulsive robber.
Yeah.
I had to go robbing.
But did you have a team round you? Didn't you put
Oh,
other
the
people
team
in
was
positions
yeah.
to drive,
was
to
a
do
good
this,
firm,
to do that? Yeah.
And so we done this robbery, and I think we got, what did we get? I think we got about $3,000 a piece, which is like
A lot of money nowadays.
I said, we'll have some more, as I said. I said, do me, you know. And then we started robbing banks. And I went into a bank to pay some money in, because I had a car on the book, what you call on the book. You used to pay every month so much money in for the car, because you had it on hire, not a car hire, but a rental sort of thing,
yeah.
And I went in this bank over South London to pay the money in, and I see a big machine. Now in them days, there's just counters, no
grills and that.
And at the back, I see a big silver machine. There's about, I don't know, £8,000 there. And I looked, I said, fuck me, I thought this would do me. I said, I want to rob these people. I want to rob this place. You know, right in front of me.
Yeah.
There's a counter, and the money's here. So I went back, told the firm, we looked at it, said, that'll do us. So we charged it in there. I had a shotgun. I step up on the counter, let a shot go, and a polystyrene sealants. And always used to come down like spaghetti, white powder stuff.
Yeah.
That's a frighten everybody.
Just like the films.
Yeah, film, yeah.
In the 60s, John?
Yeah. And I start on the counter, I go, boom! Then I say, I will shoot the first one that moves. And while I'm doing this, the other lot, two of us, would go over the counter, open up all the tills, and get all the money in out the tills. Hey? And I said to them, it takes about 3 minutes for the police to arrive. I want everything done and dusted in 2.5. Give us a break. And that's how we become armed robbers. We started robbing banks 2.5 minutes in, because by the time the police got there, I said, what's up with this? We're gone. We're long gone. And I was robbing banks. And I was getting a fortune. I couldn't believe it. It was great. Up the West End, I had lovely cars. I had a Jag 3.8S, the old Jag.
Yeah.
And I had a Ford Fairlane convertible, a lovely flat I had. I was married at the time.
Married?
Yeah, I got married at the time, yeah.
Well, how old were you? What age was you then?
When I got married, I don't know, I got married about 1950. I forget now.
No, it would have been because
I was about 27.
So this was you was out after the Borstal.
Yeah.
You learnt the burglary trade.
Yeah.
But you didn't go back to jail for burglary.
No, I
went back for armed robbery.
Yeah, we started armed robberies.
Right, but how long? So during that time, you got married then after?
Oh yeah, I got married. Yeah.
Yeah. Any kids?
And I had a son.
A son.
Stephen.
Right. Yeah.
And we lived a good life up the West End, wine and dine. And what we done, we lived a life.
That lifestyle.
We lived a life.
Yeah.
I went through a period where I used to have a shoulder holster with a 44 automatic in it all the time. I wore it all the time.
So round about that time, there was other bankers, other people at it?
Oh, lots of firms. Yeah, we used to go in the pubs and you go in the pub, and you see a load of people, champagne and whiskey and things, you know, and you knew they'd been out a bit of work.
Yeah.
And we all knew one another, like loosely.
I'm sure you would have been the same age round about as Harry Roberts and people like
Yeah.
that. They were out blagging at that time.
I didn't know Harry when he was blagging,
But inside,
but I knew him. Yeah, inside.
But what other firms from
Nice
back in the
fella.
day, John, round about that time that would have gone to prison, probably not alive now?
Well, they're all dead.
Yeah, but what other? Because there was a.
Well, there's all sorts of people, but
For the robbery game, the old robbery game.
there were so many of them at one time.
Yeah.
That I used to I just used to forget it part of the time. I didn't bother with them. I had a small firm, stuck with the firm, didn't go outside
Right.
the circle,
Yeah.
didn't let anyone know
Yeah.
that I've been robbing,
Yeah.
because that's a kiss of death.
Yeah.
And this is how I was.
But lifestyle, car, whatnot,
yeah,
they must have
outside,
known you was at it
normally
in some way.
I was all
But
calm
you
and
wouldn't
quiet,
tell.
well behaved,
Yeah.
nicely dressed, and but I should at the West End regular, let my hair down.
Yeah.
Hostesses,
Yeah.
champagne. I lived a life.
Criminals in that place, or straight people, or both, or what?
A mixture of both.
Yeah.
A mixture of both. Because you couldn't tell the criminal from the straight man.
No. Because everybody was portraying
Because
that they was
all,
all right.
all dressed up and drinking champagne.
Oh, I get you, John.
So you don't
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
who's who.
Yeah.
But I dare say there was quite a lot of criminals, and there was.
Yeah.
At that time.
Yeah.
Up there.
But no, like, household names that you would go on to meet in prison.
Well, some was, yeah. There were some, but
All right.
not many.
Not many.
Because we kept ourselves to ourselves, you know.
So then that run came to an end with the robberies.
Oh, that run comes to a tragic end. Gus Thatcher, he's one of the firm, he's dead now.
Rest in peace.
He come back and said he was on a hostel from Dartmoor. Because I met him in Dartmoor. And he said, a bit of work I've got, John. He says, good bit of work. He said, it's the Mitchum Dairy at Mitchum. The Royal Arsenal Society or some fucking thing, I don't know. Anyway, head dairy at Mitchum. So I had a look at it, and the dairy was sort of here. There was a road running down called Sandy Lane. At the end of the lane was a little railway bridge. You cross the bridge, get in another car, gone, blinded, get away. I said, oh, that doing me, I said. So what happened was that you had to cross the schoolyard, over the iron fence, cross the yard, get on this roof of the kids' toilets,
Yeah.
look out across the yard, and you could see on the right hand side all the money being counted on a Saturday night. The workmen were taking the money in and checking it in. See that? So we just sat there this night watching them all. I said, this is good. This will go. I said, all we've got to do is sit on this roof when it's quiet, come down, cross the yard, into the shop, the place, the office. I'll hold them up. The others get the money. Come out the same way, over the low wall, onto the roof, cross the yard, over the iron fence, in the car, you're gone. Hey? Down towards Sandy Lane, park up, cross the bridge, another car waiting for you, see you later. That was the plan. Yes. Anyway, as Robbie Burns so aptly put it, the best laid plans of mice and men going off the stray. And this was the classic case.
And it can always happen.
We arrived at the scene and we got over the fence and got on the wall, waiting for the office at the right time to go in to get the money. As we're sitting there, lying on his roof, a couple of guys come out to have their lunch. I thought, I don't believe it. 2 minutes right in front of us. So I was sitting and looking at the money, and they're getting ready to close up now. So he said, "What should we do?" They all looked at me. I said, "Oh, fuck it." I said, "We're we're driving through the entrance," I said. Past the guard on a wooden box. We're driving and drive out. It's got to be quick, I said. You've got to be quick. It's going to be on us.
Yeah, straight away.
So, got in the car, drove in, past the guy on the fence. I seen him coming out looking at us. We pulled him outside the office, hoods down, pulled the tools out. Gus Thatcher was outside because he was 6'4". You know where to put him. You know, he's so big. He was outside, guarding, whatever. We went inside, over the counter, and I said, "Where's the money?" And he said, "In the bag." But what he never said, what he said was, "In the back." But I thought he said, "In the bag." There was a leather bag on there, on the counter. Yeah. As he said that, a shot was fired. Gus come running in and said, "Lively, I just shot one." I just, to this day, I'm still amazed. I just could not believe he'd done it. I could not believe he'd done it. He shot a geezer.
Not an accident.
I don't mind him shooting somebody, but he fucking killed him. In the leg or the arm's no big deal.
Yeah.
But in the head, you're in trouble. So, we come running out, grab the bag, now we got to go. Shots fired. As we come out, the lorry pulled up, Gus went bang, went for the windscreen, dismissed the driver. We jumped into the car, drove away. We got clean away.
Money?
So the money was nothing.
Yeah.
Money was worth mentioning.
No.
I went home, and my wife said, "Oh, hello." She come and said, "I've got a nice beef curry made for you." No, forget a beef curry. I looked at it, beef curry, but I managed to force it down me without making her know anything. Right. This was a Saturday night. On Sunday morning, I went up down to the newspaper shop. And I thought, please God, let him be alive.
Yeah, because you don't know.
Went down there, bang. Delivery driver shot, dead, in the Mitchum Dairy. It was known as the Mitchum Dairy murder. So I went home and I thought, God, fuck me. I thought, I don't believe it. So what do I do now? So I stayed indoors, kept out of the way. I went and bought a lorry, made out of a scrap metal dealer. So I'm going around getting scrap metal, just making a show, that's what I'm doing. And this night, I remember I was in the front room and my wife was knitting the boy a jumper, watching some band leader, some band in the television. And all of a sudden, I had this times in my life, I didn't feel right. So I just got up.
Different level.
I had about $2,000 on me. I took $1,000 out, stuffed it in a slipper and put it under the settee. I said, I'm going out for a little while. I went out the back way. I'd be Jag parked there and my Fairlane parked there. As I come out the back alleyway into the side road, police come, boom, all come on me. I had a feeling I was going to get next, and they come on me. And as I got in the car, I got in the Jag. The cozzer banged on the bonnet. Move on, he went, move on. I started laughing. I was laughing. Thank you, I said. So I'm by my front door. Oh, there's all policemen gathered around the door trying to get in, banging on the fucking door. So up the King's Cross.
Missed you.
They done it by Worcester. So up the King's Cross. see a pal of mine, Tom, he's dead now, nice Scotsman, nice man, Tommy Flanagan, solid man.
Yeah.
So I said, all right, Tom, can I stay the night? He said, yeah. He said, my daughter's away, you can sleep in her bed. So the having a drink, and this Mitchum come on. Mitchum murder, looking for a man in North London, medium height, thick set, usual thing. He's got a gun and he shoots people. So I said, what do you think of that, Mr. Tom? He looks at me, he said, there ain't a lot of them, is this? Then I went, fuck you know, I thought, why me?
So it's got to be about 62?
62.
When did the hanging stop again? Sorry, John.
62.
Who was the last to be hanged? Ruth Ellis?
John,
or Craig and Bentley? No, Bentley and Craig
No,
was...
the last one to get,
oh yeah, I can't remember.
yeah, the last one to get hung was the Towpath murders. Two young kids killed a geezer and nicked a shilling or something, and they hung them. Fowler,
Yeah.
he won, they took them up.
So it's still around then?
Because my pal was in the condemned cell on the night the Conservatives won, or Labour won, and they said, if we win in, we're going to stop hanging. And he shot these two people dead, nicked a load of fucking money, went to the Bahamas, and was caught with a bunny girl on the beach. I'm up back of England, you're next, sentenced to death. Johnny Cooper. And he's running around. And when he was telling me afterwards, he said, God, when the votes kept coming in, the schools was checking out who's in front. And I think the Labour got in. It saved his life. The governor went down this morning and said, you go back to the wing, you're not going to...
So that that must have been before you went on trial?
Oh yeah.
But anyway, John, get back to, so when you was reading that in the paper and about the hanging, and what happened then, because you're at the gaff in King's Cross at that time?
I went up to King's Cross, a soldier, went over to King's Cross, stayed at Tom's for one night,
Yeah.
went over to Earl's Court, to Philbridge Gardens.
Yeah.
I got a little flat in Philbridge Gardens.
Yeah.
Now at that time, I had about £20,000 in a suitcase in my mate's loft over in North London. So I've got to get out of the country. So I got in touch.
Oh, sorry, John, how were they on to you so quick? Like, meaning,
Oh,
like, why was your stuff
my brother-in-law had a car that was stolen, and he got nicks. And they said, where's your brother-in-law? He said, tell us who he is, we'll let you off this charge. And he told them where I was living.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, how did they put you together with the robbery stroke murder?
Because one of our firm went crooked.
Yeah, but how did they get nicked? How long after that robbery murder did you get nicked off?
After the murder, Gus got nicked first.
Yeah.
And he got charged with capital murder.
Thatcher, yeah.
Then Phil Kelly
Yeah.
also got nicked, and he was the grass.
Right, he went the other way.
He got the names up.
Yeah.
They're looking for me and
They're
Bob.
looking for you and Bob, yeah.
And I was the last one to get nicked.
Yeah.
And where was I?
You've seen the newspaper, the hanging, the condemned cell, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
anyway.
It was the last one, so then you leave King's Cross, you went to Earl's Court, I think you had 20 grand in the loft.
Yeah, in the loft.
And
so I went to see Sammy Josephs. He's dead now, Sam. God rest him. Good man.
Yeah.
He was one of the original airport robbers in 1949.
Yeah.
They stole a lot of money, 50 grand, and they put it in a back of a potato lorry all night long.
Yeah.
Anyway, I looked at Sam. Sam said, £500, I'll get you to America, he says. I said, Sam, tell me when. I said, go and see him every day, phone him up every day, no joy, not yet. And Christmas Day come, I didn't phone him up because I thought that ships stopped sailing Christmas Day. I didn't know. What do I know about fucking sailors? I phoned him up Boxing Day. He said, where was you? I said, I thought nobody done nothing. He said, he was waiting to take you back. Oh, I said, fuck, you know, I said, I'm sorry, I said, I thought the ships did sail Christmas Day, Christmas holiday. He said, you fucking fool, he said, they sail on the year round. So, make a fresh appointment. So I said, all right, you phone up every day, I'll let you know ready, have the money ready. So I went over, I got me 20 grand, and I give a lot of money to my wife.
Yeah.
I give her about 15 grand, I think.
Yeah.
Because she's got the kid to keep and
Yeah.
everything there.
Yeah.
And I said, goodbye. I said, I'm gone. And so, what happened then? Oh yeah.
How'd you get nicked?
And one night, Bob got nicks, and I got nicks. I think I don't know how they got onto us.
Don't matter about that. Where did they come and get you, John?
When?
No. Where did they come and nick you?
In the flat.
With your wife?
No, on my own.
Else Court?
On my own, in Earl's Court.
In Earl's Court,
Because
right.
knock on the door, and I thought it was Bob. And because Bob had just come to see me,
Yeah.
and said, can I stay here for a couple of
Yeah,
nights? I said,
yeah.
of course you can, I said. I opened the door, and I was forced back by a load of cossers.
Armed?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And smashed the other side of the jaw, cut the sides. I fell back in the bed,
Yeah.
little truncheons, big bang, 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 bang. Got me up. I remember the cardigan with buttons in it, and the cosser ripped the thing off to me. He said, we're going to fucking hang you, he says. I never said a word. I thought, yeah, oh dear. So that was it. I took down to Tooting police station, and in the fullness of time, charged with being concerned in the murder and armed robbery at Mitchum.
So you go on remand in
Brixton.
Brixton.
And that was shock I had. This dinner hour, I'm sitting in the bed lying, listening to the music. And the door opens, and 4 or 5 burly hospital screws in white jackets was there. And they said, the SMO wants to see you. Senior medical officer wants to see you. So I went and sat down. He said, come and sit down here, mate. Now this man's Dr. Schumacher was a fucking arsehole. He said, sit down, he says. So I sat down. I said, you want a cup of tea? I looked. 1963, a governor asking a convict, would you like a cup of tea? I thought, what's up? I said, no, I'm not thirsty, I said. Oh, I said, he said, can I ask you some questions? I said, yeah. Are you sleeping all right? I said, like a dog. He said, are you eating? I said, like a lemmy hansel. He said, are your bowel movements working? I said, every day. He said, how tall are you? I said, I don't know. I said, there's a great big book, enormous book, not a book, a tome, all out there. And there was a guy that was weighing this thing, this machine, up and down, figuring it out with it. I was 5'8" and a half, I think I was. And I thought, this is funny. This is very funny. 5 foot, even all down, about 5'8". Weight was 5 feet 8.
They weren't preparing to hang you, were they?
And my weight was 13 stone. Then they said, how much do you weigh or something? I got on the scales and it hit me. I jumped off the scales. I said, you dirty lot of bastards, I said. You're trying to hang me. I haven't been going to trial yet. Another lesson I learned.
So the code is, John, just go back a little bit, they all got nicked before you. They hadn't been tried by this time.
No.
And been sentenced or anything.
No. We all went up together.
All went up together.
Yeah.
Right.
And so Eventually, in the fullness of time, he appeared at the Old Bailey in March 1963.
Yeah.
Justice for capital murder, there was a murder there. Went for the trial, a 21-day trial, went through it. I knew he had no chance. Evidence was given, and what put a knife in my chest was the judge said the only proof Hilton was ever at Mitchum was his own verbal admission that I was there, but I didn't do the shooting. Now, in them days, a verbal admission was admitted under law.
Yeah.
And everybody who got next always said words like, how did you find me? Who grasped me? What went wrong? All indicating your guilt. So...
But they can, when you do the contemporary notes, the police can write things down that you never
They used
see.
to. Yes, what I done. Because he said to me, one of the cousins, Monteith or Thompson, he said to me, he said, you speak very well, he says. I said, thank you, I said. He said, why are you so altruistic methods about not telling us what went on? I said, I've got nothing to say. He said, well, when we raided your wife's house, I had the old-fashioned gas meter,
Yeah.
£0.50 in it.
Yeah, I remember it. Well,
And they broke into the gas meter and stole £60. Eh?
Yeah.
And he said, well, he said, what we're going to do, he said, we're going to charge your wife with theft from the gas meter, which means that your son will be taken away and put in a home.
See, they use that as a threatening
And-
method. It's a form of manipulation.
And
They use the
also,
cacket.
we'll make sure that she will go to prison. He said, what do you say about that? I looked at him, I said, well, I'd far sooner be visiting my wife in Holloway than my wife visit me in Dartmoor, I said. As to my son, he's going to a home and he'll be taken well care of.
Yeah.
So you can go and fuck yourself. He said, you heartless bastard, he says.
Yeah, because it never worked.
Well, I'll front.
They never charged them. They never charged them.
It's sort of why I thought to myself, if they charge her, I'll go and get her out. Holloway. Oh, don't worry about that, I'll soon got her out. I'm a fine store, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to spell it, yeah.
All right, John. So we get to this first trial now. This trial, right?
Yeah.
21 days, found guilty.
Yeah.
Life
So
sentence
the jury-
with
the
a
jury
minimum
come out.
tariff of.
And in the back of the court was a guy in a frock coat, breeches and things. The secretary was there, and other people was there, and right in the back of the court. The court was packed out to come and see the death sentence be sentenced.
Yeah.
Packed out. And I remember being downstairs. Now Kelly was kept separate because he informed us.
Yeah.
Gus was kept separate because he was being condemned.
Yeah.
So me and Bob was there. So Bob said to me, what do you think, John? I said, we're guilty, I said. He went, why is this seat and sat down? I looked at him. I said, I hope you're not going to disgrace me, I said. I said, when you go in that court, shoulders back, head up, and don't stop fucking whinging, I said. Be a man, you know, be a fucking man. Went up there, guilty as charged, guilty. The black cap is a rolled up bit of black velvet, and the secretary come down, unrolled it, and put it over his head, so it's hanging there. That's the black cap. He then pronounced just sentence. We take him here to a place of execution, where you'll be held for, and you'll be hung by the neck, and my God have mercy on your soul.
Yeah.
And I remember a woman, I don't know who it was, it wasn't my wife, but she let out a quavering scream. I looked across at my wife, huge tear stains, eyes.
Of course.
You know, I thought, God, I had to be strong. I had to be, not from breaking down, I had to be strong, you know. Fucking hurt me.
Yeah.
Anyway, come to me. He said, there's no proof he was ever there, except your own admission. I was there, but I didn't do the shooting. He said, have you got anything to say? I said, no. He said, life, you've got a prison for life, natural life. And he said, I hope the Home Secretary of the day, whenever the time comes for your release, that he will take notice of your character and your violence and your robberies, he says. He said, because you are a violent man, he said. Take him down. I went downstairs. On the way down, Gus is in this room with a couple of screws with a fucking rosary in his hand. I looked at him, are you serious? A bit late now, I thought. I said, all right, Gus? He went, yeah. I said, be strong. I said, don't give in.
He's on his way out.
Don't you dare give in, I said. Don't you go your death like a fucking soldier, you know. And that was that. I went to...
What happened to Gus?
Gus, he won his appeal.
But he got condemned first.
Yeah, he won his appeal.
Yeah, he won his
and
appeal.
He done 18 years.
Yeah.
Went to Ireland and retired and died in Ireland.
Yeah, died in Ireland.
Bob Connolly.
Yeah.
He won his appeal.
Yeah.
Went to the House of Lords. I got 15 years for armed robbery.
Yeah.
Was out in 10.
Yeah.
Gus, Kelly pleaded guilty.
Yeah, and got
no chance.
Yeah.
Mine dismissed it.
Yeah.
I lost my appeal. So I was the only one out of the whole lot of them who got any fucking serious bird. You know.
So John, so then we've got to move on. So you got the first life sentence that you served, you did 15 years. 15 years,
yeah.
So round about that time, because there is rumours that you was a hitman for the Crays in prison. Can you clarify that?
I've had rumours about me for years. It's all nonsense.
Yeah.
All nonsense.
Was it your relationship with the Crays?
I didn't like them.
No.
I didn't like them, no. Not my cup of tea. They was gangsters. They was gangsters. Those who go and take, if you're up the club, they want £200 a week out of you. You had a restaurant, they want the same.
Yeah.
That was, nowadays, they last about 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, how they ever lasted that long, I never fucking know. I remember I was in over Bethnal Green one day, the gang, our mob, over there, and in the boot of the car, we had a load of guns. And we went in the Duke of Cornwall, on the corner of Fallon's Road.
Yeah.
A big pub with a big curve thing. We're there, and the Crays was over there.
Yeah.
Now the Crays knew who he was.
Yeah.
And I knew who they was.
Yeah.
So they nodded, and I nodded. And one of us said, send him a drink across. I said, are you fucking serious? I said, if you send them a drink across, what do you think they're going to feel? That we are frightened of them.
Yeah.
And we want to be their friends. And I said, send them fuck all across.
Yeah.
You know, and I said, I want to fucking start any trouble. I went in the one then.
Yeah.
I said, go and get the fucking gun out of that car. And I'll shoot the fucking lot of them, I said. Went in the one, you know.
Anything stand out with him in prison that you saw during that first life sentence?
Who?
Because they got their sentence in when? 60, the Crays?
Sometime later, yeah. No, they was in Wings, and Reggie went into the nut house.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And Ronnie was just in some prisons.
Or the other way around, Ronnie went.
No, it was Reggie. He was the main culprit. Ronnie followed him.
Yeah.
What Reggie said, he done.
Yeah. But weren't it Ronnie in the mental home and Reggie in prison? Because it was Reggie who I had it.
Well, Reggie was in the nut house.
No, it was Ronnie, John.
Was it? Oh,
yes, it don't matter. Either way, yeah.
One of them was.
Wait, but John, listen. A couple of questions from that era with Durham, Hull, because you was in those units with prisons within prisons and that, because you had a lot of problems with the authorities with fighting and that during that stage. The story, Albert Redding fighting The Richardsons?
That's a lie.
All lies?
A lie. A lie.
Never happened.
Never enough to fight Richardsons.
Albert Redding, Frankie Fraser?
No. Frank couldn't fight out a paper bag anyway. No, so when Durham used to be used as a punishment block. You go for 3 months as punishment for misbehaving in prison.
Yeah.
And then they all panicked at the train robbery.
Yeah.
And made it into a security wing.
Yeah.
Only 10 men.
Yeah.
There was one in Parkhurst, one in Leicester, and one in Durham.
That's right.
And they sent 10 of the most notorious robbers. 30 of them,
Yeah.
in each wing. And unfortunately, I was a 7th man.
John McVicker?
McVicker was in there.
What do you reckon?
Not a lot.
The film?
Not a lot. It's full of shit.
Yeah.
But
what about Joey Pyle?
I like
Senior?
Joe. I like Joe.
Joey Pyle?
Joe's all right, Joe.
Great stuff.
He's all right.
Yeah.
Joe's all right, yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to tell you about Durham.
And Harry Roberts?
Good
In
man.
prison?
I liked Harry. He was Harry. Harry was all right. I liked his mother too.
Yeah.
Fearless, yeah. Yeah.
Harry all right in prison? Yeah.
Yeah,
them
good
days.
as gold.
Yeah.
He done
Never
his
took
bird the
no
right
shit.
way.
No, yeah, done his bird.
You know,
yeah. But they kept him in long enough.
It's
But
no good in whinging, you've got to get on with it.
yeah, Harry one man band like you, John.
You've got to make a life in prison as best you can.
Yeah.
And don't cross that line.
Yeah.
Don't cross the line. And you'll be okay. I was okay. I got a lot of respect, a lot of friends I had.
Yeah.
Everywhere I went, I could go on food boats and friendships. Everywhere I went, I knew somebody. You know.
So how was your relationship, Eddie Richardson, sweet?
I didn't like the Richardsons.
No.
I didn't. Charlie was not a very nice man.
Nuh-uh.
But Eddie was all right.
Yeah.
Eddie was the best one of the two.
What about Charlie Cray then?
Charlie Cray, he was like one of them Arthur English types. A bit of a Jack the Lad, but he wasn't much. He wasn't much.
Oh, he was the best one though.
Well, the best one,
Yeah.
There wasn't a man amongst them.
No.
Wasn't a man amongst them.
No, John.
Come back at Durham.
Yeah.
So they made it so, anyway, went to Durham. I arrived in Durham. What happened was, I tried to escape from Dartmoor. Boom, that put me on the list.
Was Frank Mitchell there then?
I thought, yeah, that's what I met back again.
No, you back again when you after your white young offenders.
Yeah, I met him again.
So then when he escaped from Dartmoor, they got him out.
No,
He was around.
I was there.
He was there.
The night before we
Yeah,
escaped, he said, I'm going home tomorrow, I said.
Yeah.
Oh, could I do? Could that? He gave me a packet of chocolate biscuits and a firm handshake and went to his death. Went to his death.
When they put
they put him down, they put him down. So anyway, Durham was a bad prison.
Yeah.
One of the worst prisons I've ever been in.
Yeah.
The screws hated us. They used to call us LGs, London gangsters.
Yeah.
The cons hated, no one liked us.
Yeah.
Our mothers liked us,
Yeah.
but nobody else did. It was a very strict regime.
Yeah.
You had alarm bells on the door, alarm bells.
Stay there. Go on, John. Carry on. Pay for the roof for no noise. Cheeky bastards.
Alarm bells on the door, and it was well watched every second. No newspapers. You had an ordinary pen.
Yeah.
And you had to write a letter, but give the pen back straight away.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I arrived there was 20 screws in the reception.
Yeah.
They strip off, and they give me all the shit stuff you could possibly wear. I had some biscuits.
Yeah.
They're thrown in the dustbin. Not allowed them. A pen. You're not allowed that. You wouldn't have fuck all. And I saw the doctor. And the doctor, Dr. Anderson, he won the Military Cross in the army in Korea. But a nasty bit of work. He sat in there with his gloves and that on, coat on, I had 2 screws each side of me. He said, right, name is John Hilton? I said, yes. You're serving life? I said, yes. He said, well, you've been sent here because you're considered to be extremely dangerous. I said, yeah. He said, well, this is a tough wing for tough men. I thought, here we go. It's a tough wing for tough men, he said, and people have got a habit of walking the doors or falling down the stairs. Now that to me was a challenge.
Of course it was. And a
That
threat.
only was challenge me.
And a threat.
I said, well, let me tell you something, I said. If I walk into the door or fall down the stairs, I says, I will gouge a screw's eye out, the first one I can lay in fucking hands on, I said. Another thing, I said, you're going to start a row, let's do it. Let's have a fucking, I went, well, I've got a bad temper when I go. I said, we'll have a fucking row, let's have a row, I said. Don't fuck around,
Yeah.
take him away. That was my entrance to the Durham.
Yeah.
And that went on, then the train robbers arrived. Charlie
Wilson?
who arrived? No, not Charlie Wilson. Roy
Roy James.
Tony Wisby,
Jimmy Hussey? Nah.
he arrived later. No, he didn't arrive, no. And Checker Goody, Gordon Goody.
What do you think about them?
Eh?
Train robbers.
I liked them.
All right.
Decent bunch of men. They were all nice geezers.
Yeah, I like Jimmy
And
Hussey.
what I liked about the robbers was,
Yeah.
they never buckled.
Nah.
They never fucking buckled, went down no deals, they all stuck
Yeah,
together.
all of them, loads of them.
The train robbers, as far as I'm concerned, was the best bunch of robbers you could ever wish to have.
Ronnie Biggs?
Biggsy was a nice man, but
Yeah.
he wasn't quite the same as them.
Nah.
Nothing wrong with him,
Nothing wrong with him. Yeah.
but he
I
was a carpenter. And that's what he was. A carpenter
Bruce Reynolds?
who got lucky.
Bruce Reynolds?
Bruce Reynolds, he was an antique dealer and
Yeah.
everything like that. Yeah, there was Roy was a racing driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what about, I tell you, I forgot to ask you about Peter Scott, the legendary burglar.
Oh, the burglar. He nicked Sophie
Sophie
Loren's
Loren's
jewels.
knickers.
Yeah. A jewels he nicked.
Yeah, and a Jules.
And,
You meet him?
yeah.
Yeah.
Big Irishman.
Yeah.
Big dark-headed man.
Proper
Pleasant
stuff.
man.
Yeah, prison
A
man.
pleasant man, yeah.
Oh, pleasant man, sorry.
Yeah, I met him, yeah.
Yeah.
I did, but Peter was all right. Peter.
All right, so that's no, not real. I suppose because it's an hour and 15 in. Wait, Johnny. So when you came out after 15 years of that life sentence,
Yeah.
you come out and you went straight back to your old ways on a life
I
life.
couldn't wait to rob again.
Right.
When I was on the hostel, I was in a Mason hostel for 5 months.
Yeah.
I was working in Stroud in some factory producing oil pumps for cars.
Yeah.
Hated it.
Yeah.
And we got put on a little bit of work, me and my mate, a little bit of work over the old flea market in Hampstead.
Yeah.
This was amazing. Anyway, this guy had a jean shop, a long jean shop, and every Saturday, I think it was, he should take all his money in a cardboard box and a bunch of flowers for his mother. And come out here and walk up the ramp up to the car park. So we're parked here, and I've done something I've always wanted to do. We're parked up there, and he come by, and I went forward, I said, hey, as you turn around, I go crash, knocked him on the floor, picked up the box, got in the car, he got up and started screaming, and running alongside the car, and I've always wanted to do this, I opened the door. I opened the door, he was fucking flying, didn't he? I've seen the film.
Yeah.
Anyway, as we got to the main road, it was Ramo, filled to the brim with people and cars, and the car stopped and let us out. And I don't care what anyone said, that was him up there looking at us. I'm telling you that night. Because there was a police car
Or
parked
him down there.
there was a police car parked
Another
opposite.
one.
A police car, and they couldn't get to us. And we got away.
Yeah.
We got
The
what
devil.
did
Can we
what did
call
get?
it the devil's luck, John?
Yeah, what did we get? I think I got about £4,000.
So then you come out. So
Then I'll come out. I'd done that.
Done that.
Come out robbing.
And Mrs. still there, son?
Yeah,
After that last sentence?
Wife was still there. She was still there. Yeah.
Still there. Right.
And I went out on the Golders Green robbery.
Yeah.
A jeweller. We tracked him down bit by bit. He'd come out the garden.
Yeah.
We used to take. We would be here, and you go a bit further. Next day, we'd be there.
Yeah.
And you go a bit further, and we'd be there, and we tracked him. What route you should take?
Yeah.
Took about 3 or 4 weeks actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, the night in question was that there was a lorry parked here.
Yeah.
Our van was parked up here as well.
Yeah.
The jeweler's house was there.
Yeah.
And he come down in a red Jag, I think it was. He pulled up and I got a toilet. I could go to the toilet.
All right, then go on then, John. John, you know the way, don't you? Now, John, go that way. Come here. Sway. It's a Frenchy turnout by several 8 rounds. Poor old John. Yeah, we'll get to part 2 now. Unbelievable from 95 though, isn't he? But he's doing really well. Bit more to come yet, so let him have his day. And he's finished his 2nd book as well, so very interesting stuff here. Don't know how to pause it and start it again, so I'm sorry folks for this. There's always trouble in there. You notice that, but I'm not switching it off because I'm not doing no part 2 and all that. The professional setup's coming soon anyway. Good to see old John, lasted a test of time. The 2nd life sentence, wait to hear about this one, and then we'll wrap it up. I suppose we'll have this as a part 1, viewers, all right. But much love to you all. God. See a couple of the other boys down there as well, taking care of him. And they're not that he really needs it. He's still training, you know. Still training. There he comes now. Johnny boy. That's all right, son. That's it. John, sit back on you, boss. So then, John, you get to, you're outside, so you get released 15 years after getting the 1st life sentence.
Yeah.
You go out, you're down Golders Green, you're going on when he says a bit of work, what he means is another word for a robbery, but he's classing it at that time as a job, a full-time job. It is what it is and was what it was. So, right, John, so you've gone on that graft stroke robbery. What happened then? And how long was you out from that 1st life sentence? 3 years?
3.5 years.
3.5 years, so not really that.
So, on the night in question, he was going to go in and hide near some bushes.
Yeah.
And he brought, I said, bring a truncheon with you, I said.
Yeah.
Well, he brought a little thing. Yeah, my dick was bigger. A dear little thing. I thought, he wouldn't hurt a fly.
No.
I looked at him, why'd you get a pickaxe handle? One across the side of the knees, one on the shoulder, game, shot, done. Oh, anyway, too late now. I'm under the lorry with a shotgun.
Yeah.
He pulled up, I watched his feet go around the corner.
Yeah.
My Cody jumped out the bush and started beating him with this little bit of wood he had in his hand. But he had a Glaston bag, and he raised the bag and catching the blows on his bag,
Yeah.
and was getting near his front door.
Yeah.
I could see the prize disappearing.
Yeah.
By that time, I'd unrolled up, run across the street. I said, "Get out of the fucking way," I said. I gone, boom. I shot the geezer in the leg. But my mate, my co-D, jumped in the way and shot him straight in the thigh.
Yeah.
I remember a great big eggshell coming out, all little holes in it with the bullets. So he went down and got up, because he was a strong bloke. I shot the jewel in the back, the lower back. He flew through the air. I seized the bag in one hand, him in the other. We got into this, what happened now? We got into a van, I think it was a van. We got into a van, drove around the corner, we got away, no problem at all. And I took him back to this block of flats in City Road. I can't think of the name of it now.
Done that, John.
Up the stairs,
Yeah.
bleeding like a pig he was. And the geezer was coming up the stairs. I made it I was drunk. I said, serves you fucking right. I said, you fucking fool. I said. And he looked at me, I said, he got him with a bottle. I said, fucking, And he stepped over the body, he didn't want to know. He said, fuck, drunken, two drunks on a thing. You did the same, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Upstairs. Got him on my back, dragged him along the fucking corridor. How I never got next to never know. There's a long corridor, a slate corridor, with a pool of blood stretching from the stairs right down the corridor. Right down to I was living in a flat, top of the flat there.
Yeah, yeah.
So now I've laid him down in front of the fireplace. So I thought, God, what did I say? I phoned the doctor up, I knew, cooking doctor, couldn't find him.
Yeah.
Phoned the nurse up, no one there. So I said, what do I want to do? I said, what do I want to do? And she wanted to take him to the hospital, or let me do it. He said, don't go to the hospital, he says, because he knew he's facing 30 fucking years, you know. So, and then the doorbell rang. So I just 45, got to the locks, going back, opened the door. If I was going to shoot anybody who opened it. Anyway, next door neighbour, excuse me mate, he said, is everything all right in here? I said, oh, a bit of blood. I said, down in Wisby's pub, I said, he had the pub called the Rabbit in Arms, just across the road. Down in Wisby's pub, I said, he got a bit saucy with a bird. He gives it him with a bottle. He serves him fucking right. I said to him, oh, this is what I'd ask, he says. So now, he's dying. I'm thinking, what do I do? We stole a gold-coloured Cortina E.
Yeah.
A fast little car.
Yeah.
And that was parked up there and we was over here.
Yeah.
So I went out, now he died. He had death rattle in his throat.
Yeah.
He died. Wrapped him in the blanket. Went to the car, opened the boot of the car up, went back up the stairs, dragged him down the fucking stairs, boom, 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 in the boot of the car. And I remember a woman walking a dog. And she looked at us. She never seen the body, but she saw me standing with the boot open. And she looked across at us, and I thought, please, keep walking. And she did, she was lucky. So I shut the boot down, took him over to South London, to Evergreen. There was a garage that I had access to. Put him in the garage, overnight in the car, went home, got a cab, went home. Got a bucket out, started mopping it up, mopping it up. Oh, there was blood everywhere. As you could see it plain as daylight. A clean patch. It was so, how I never got nicked on, I never know. I never know. To this day, as far as I'm concerned, that was a miracle. To drag a body up the stairs and the man next door knock on the door,
Yeah.
and
And
see
the
the
baby.
blood
Yeah.
going from A to B.
Yeah.
That was a fucking miracle, I'm telling you. You know, you can hold me for once.
Reads that.
Anyway,
Yeah. So anyway.
so now he's in the boot of the car, but I come home. I'm home now.
Yeah.
In the papers, a jeweller got shot and killed. He died of his wounds. A jeweller got shot and killed, and we believe that his partner got shot as well, or worse to that effect.
Yeah.
So I went and got a van. See a pal of mine. I had a van out for the day, big white van.
Yeah.
I went and bought myself a spade and a fork. Slung it in the back of the van. Went to it was dark, about 10:30. Transferred him from the boot of the car into the van, shut the doors, drove on my way down to a place called Stone. The Dartford Tunnel, if you bear left, is a place called Stone. So I took him down there, the little road, country lane. I opened the back of the doors. As I did, a car come behind me, headlights full on. I'd hold him up with one hand and make out I'm doing something with the exhaust of the other. Fortunately, they drove on.
That's 3 bits.
They talk about stress, yeah. I know all about stress, trust me. Anyway, they went, so I thought, right, I put a rope around his ankles, dragged him up the fucking hill, by the railway. There's a great big tower. And I thought that'd do. So I dug a grave in the middle of the tower. It was 6 feet long, 3 feet wide, and about 4 feet deep. And I'm digging, it's like, I felt like Burke Air. We're digging, it's raining, I had a black cashmere sweater on, I took that off, sweating, digging and digging and digging and digging. I took all the turf away first, put it to one side, dug this hole. Now I'm down there, about that deep in this grave. And I looked up, I've got the horrors. I thought, I ain't going down no deeper. So I got up, I was up, fuck that, it felt the life out of me. So I took him, put him down the hole. I put 18 inches of earth over him, and he jumped into the hole and trod it all down. So I know that bodies swell and graves sink. So I kept doing it at every couple of feet till it was just a bit above. And I put the turf back where it was. I'd already bought a packet of grass seeds called crested dog's tooth. It's rough grass. I sprinkled some grass over it, stamped it all down, cleaned it all out best I could. There was a little while away, there was a big tip with fly tipping. I went and got a tyre, dragged it up, put it on top there, and I cut things on top of the grave, just scattered it around. And so I thought I'll come back and cut a few and see how it's going on. So I went on. I had a hot bath, a large brandy, and a joint, which I needed to calm myself down. I lay down there, I thought, fuck me, I've only been out a month. I thought, I didn't even look at the jewellery. I had the bag in the corner, I flung it in the fucking corner and didn't bother about it. So, next day, I got up, went down, cleaned the van down, handed it back in, went to see, and I see her by the bank, there was a notice on it, £1,000 reward for information leading to the death of everybody wanted me.
It was a jewellery shop, I mean.
Yeah, everybody, now I know the reward's out. Oh. Do you know something? Not one person put me to that robbery.
How'd you get nicked then?
Amazing. Not one person put me through that robbery. That's why I got away with it.
You got away, that weren't what you got the second life sentence for?
Yeah, but I got away with it to start with.
To start with?
See? Yeah. Because during this time, I was in, I got nicked for armed robbery. A man called Don Barrett.
Yeah.
Don Barrett grassed me. Because me and Don was working together.
Yeah.
And he got nicked to grass me.
Yeah.
Fucking grass, I didn't know.
Yeah.
And what happened then? Oh, one day the knock on the door come and armed police back front everywhere. Took me down the station and charged me with 2 murders, 2 armed robberies and possession of firearms. So now I am in deep shit. Now my codee, the Scotsman, I won't mention his name, a good man. And he couldn't do bird. Every day was a day. You know, he couldn't do bird, he couldn't hang it.
Some
Nothing
can't, can they?
Nothing to be
Some
done.
can't, yeah, but...
And he said, can you help me, he says. I said, what can I do? Now he knew that I'd put a couple of people down. So I said, I want to run a defence of duress.
Yeah, I've run that defence.
And so I said, what do you want of me? Now he got me out of prison. He come and spun me out of Kingston prison.
Yeah.
So he took his life in his hands for doing that, but also he played the game. He said to me, John, I'll come and get you out.
Yeah.
And I believed him, and he did.
He done what he said.
So now, it may sound strange coming from a man such as myself,
Yeah.
but I felt honour bound
Yeah.
to return the favour.
Of course you do.
I looked at it, I knew I was looking at 20 fucking years the best way. I was 61 years of age, I think, and I'm looking at 20 years all day long.
Yeah.
No, I'd never come out.
No.
So I saw it, I'll tell you what I do, I said, I'll give you the Golden Screen robbery. I shot and killed 2 people and buried 1. This is to show the jury. This is to show the jury.
So, go on.
If I threaten to kill you, I'm capable of doing it.
Yeah.
Otherwise your duress will collapse. It will collapse. So I made a statement. There was policemen coming up all over the fucking place to see me. I made a statement. I confessed to the fucking robbery. The police didn't have a clue who it was. No one had a clue. No one had a clue who it was. They was happy. Rab was happy. I wasn't happy, but I was on about to do it. So I went out to court. I gave the evidence. And he got found guilty by 50-2. He nearly got out. 50-2. He got 15 years. I could do no more for him.
No.
I could do no more. And I got sentenced to life. Eustace Law School was the judge. I think it was Eustace Law School. He sentenced me to life times 2, 15 years for the guns, with a recommendation to the Lord Chief Justice that should never be released.
So that's a whole life sentence.
Don't call me, I'll call you.
So that's
But
a whole
now
life sentence.
I'm fucked. So now I'm in prison now,
With me.
in different prisons.
Different prisons.
And I done 16 years.
Yeah.
And one day I'm in the kitchen cooking spaghetti.
Yeah.
A letter from the MOG come in,
Yeah.
Minister of Justice.
Yeah.
I said, I opened it up. The judge gave me a terrible fucking coaching. You was in the vanguard of armed robbers. Led an extremely violent life. Shot and killed people.
Yeah.
And never showed no remorse or regrets. So I crumbled it up and threw it in the dustbin.
Yeah.
And carried on cooking.
Yeah.
And my pal said, hang on, finish it off, he says. I said, well, you fucking finish it off. I said, I know where I stand. I said, I've been fucked. He got it, he took all the food off it.
Yeah.
And right at the end, however, the magic word, however.
I've done that.
Due to your excellent behaviour in prison, and all I'd done in prison in that 15 years was 2 or 3 things. One was go down the gym.
Yeah, I saw it.
2 was to smoke dope and drink hooch.
I didn't know that.
And 3, no one did. And 3, I just used to keep myself to myself.
Yourself.
Anyway, they said to her, do you want to go to class? I said, what for? I said. He said, what class? Bits of awareness. Now Charlie Tozer, God rest him, and my other pal, they went on it. They come on it with me. I said, oh, I'll come on the fucking silly class. Only 5 days. A guy got up, they had the Mercedes car, parked it in the car park, they come across, bashed him over the head, Dixie's car, fucked off. I like that, he was going around prisons telling the people what a terrible thing it was, how they got robbed, you know. So there was a classroom of hardcore robbers.
Yeah.
They only doing it for one reason, to try and get out.
Yeah. I've told my viewers that many times.
So I passed the exam with flying colours.
Yeah.
And then there was
That's because you experienced
then,
playing the game. Go on.
there was another one of peer advisor.
Yeah.
If a man's got a drug problem, they come to you. Well, coming to me, a drug problem. Well, you could have come there.
I believe in
I told him to fuck off. Anyway,
So John, so you
I passed that. Hang on.
Yeah, go on.
I passed that.
Yeah.
In the meantime, my solicitor said the judges are looking at 1,000 cases in their chambers.
Yeah.
If they've been overcharged or undercharged.
Yeah.
You know, but sentencing.
Yeah.
She said, do you want to go forward? I said, yeah. I said, so I stuck these 2 bits of paper in a record with a tear-stained letter saying I'm sorry and this. I forget what I said now.
Yeah.
And 16 years passed.
Yeah. And you got that?
I got the letter.
Yeah. So because when I left you, right. So John, during that time, so Charlie Tozer, your pal. Well, Charlie, rest in peace.
Lovely man, Charlie.
Yeah.
Lovely man.
Shots about all that?
He was part of the bold bunch.
Yeah.
And then the robberies, they was shooting people in the front fucking centre.
It's not fun.
He got 30 years.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
You know why I'm laughing.
He got 30 years.
Yeah.
And he got knocked down at 27.
Yeah.
And that was when I was in the room with him.
Yeah.
In the show, we were having a drink in the pub. The other Mickey Murray there.
Yeah.
Saying, what are you going to do when you go out? I said, I'm going robbing.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going one last hurrah.
Yeah.
But I said, so they said to him, we'll come with you.
Yeah.
We come with you.
Yeah.
Then I said to them, I said, before you make a decision, I said, I want you to be well aware of where you stand. I said, there's going to be no coming back. I would sooner go down with a bullet in my fucking head from a policeman than give in. Exactly what I said.
Yeah.
And I said, if anyone gets in my way, I'm going to fucking shoot them. And I expect you to do the same.
So Johnny, the other one, Desi Cunningham, because I had to ask you, because I remember you was one of the last people to see Desi Cunningham, who's...
Desi Cunningham was a lovely man.
Yeah.
And if I had a son, I always said, I like him to be like Desi Cunningham.
Yeah.
Because he was a nice man.
A nice man.
He never had a bad bone in his body.
Once,
He was doing 18 stretch, 15 or 18.
Yeah,
for
and 18
robbery.
months left.
and
Strange.
he'd done 8 years.
Yeah.
He had 2 years to go,
Yeah.
and his girlfriend
Alleged.
popped him up.
Yeah.
And he was on the yard with me.
Yeah.
I said, "You all right, Des?" He said, "Oh, yeah, well, I thought, well, he having a bad day." You know, so like that, yeah. That night he hung himself. That night, I couldn't believe it. He hung himself. A very, very nice man.
Build a bomb.
Who?
Build a bomb, the hardest man you ever met.
Build a
I'm
bomb.
not trying to put words in your mouth, but who was, do you reckon, physically,
He was
the hardest
Still
man?
could fight like 2 men.
Have anything to do with him?
Hands like shovels.
John? Did you have anything to do with him? Build a bomb?
Not really. It wasn't my sort of person. He wasn't a robber.
See him have a fight?
He was the fucking best.
Yeah.
And all he could do was borrow people's cars
in peace,
and never
yeah.
return them,
Yeah.
and punch people in the face.
Yeah. You saw him have a couple of fights, though.
Oh, he had a terrible fucking fight. He could be a professional boxer. He could have been a champion.
Yeah. He
But
was,
his father
yeah.
died.
Yeah, yeah.
And he come back and went on the drugs.
Yeah, okay.
You know.
All right.
He could have been a champion. Shame.
What's your name? Dave Croak as well?
Who?
Dave Croak.
Oh, Davy Croak.
He committed suicide.
I knew Davy Croak.
He
Yeah.
was all right, wasn't
He was all right. Yeah.
Sweet,
He was,
sad day.
yeah. He was. Is he dead now? Is he?
He was about the same in Whitemore, I think. He committed suicide as well.
Davy Croak. Yeah.
So they said, same like Des.
He was Nick for. Yeah.
Yeah, he used to do that. He was the one robber, original one robber.
Luke Stockton.
The boot, yeah, that case.
Luke Stockton, yeah.
Yeah, I thought you might.
With him, yeah.
What else I was going to ask you, Johnny? So, what are we in now? Hour and 40 minutes, which is part 1. So then, released by luck, really, because I never expected to see you ever get out of those gates.
Well,
right?
did I?
So you've been out 6 years,
Yeah.
which is the longest you've ever been out in your 95 years. Any regrets or any remorse for what's happened?
No. I've got no regrets, and I ain't sorry. I class myself as a fully paid up member. I've been severely punished for my sins, for my crimes. While I've been in prison, I've been long spells of starvation diet. I've been beaten up badly. I've been verbally abused, and so I don't. Why should I feel sorry?
No, but Uncle John, with all due respect, regret for ever being part of a criminal life and remorse for those crimes, victims, accidents, meant it.
I was quite happy to be a criminal. It was a good life, quite lost. I enjoyed myself. I can't say I'm particularly sorry, because for some strange reason, society thinks that redemption
means
is only reserved for criminals. Yeah?
I know.
Right. Now, let me tell you about redemption. You got the tainted blood scandal.
Yeah.
Where they knew what they was doing. They was getting tainted blood from American convicts to give to our people.
Yeah.
In doing so, thousands of people died. Thousands.
Yeah.
Are still dying now over that 40 years ago.
Yeah.
They don't need redemption. They go their merry way, no one gets nicked. You know, you get politicians who are making terrible decisions which affect thousands of people's lives.
Yeah.
They get caught with their fingers up someone's trousers or the hand in the fucking pots, and they go their merry way and couldn't care less. No one gets punished. You get water companies polluting the countryside, causing death and destruction for years and years and years. All that happens to them is they get promoted.
Yeah.
You get governors who couldn't run a piss hole in a brewery. They get promoted. That's how things happen. So why don't they need redemption?
What are good points really there? Really well. It's your story, John. John, so what about missing out on all the years of your life though? You like it outside now. I was walking down the road with you earlier, I heard you saying hello.
I'm one of the people who, call it a gift if you like, I don't know, but I can accept my situation as it is.
And take responsibility for what's happened.
Whinging.
Yeah, without
I can't stand whinges.
Yeah.
I don't, can't stand whinges.
Right, John, so this is a part 1. You've got 2 books out now.
Yeah, I don't want one coming out yet.
No, you've done one already.
Yeah.
Right, what's the name of that?
Armed and dangerous.
Armed and dangerous.
Yeah.
And second one?
That's going to be called redemption.
Redemption. You serious, Uncle John?
Yeah. No, I'm not for me. I'm not.
No. No, we're talking about the title of the book, Uncle
The
John.
book's called redemption. Yeah.
Right, I'll have both of them. I'll put them up, and because there's obviously going to be more from me and you, but we didn't want it to drag out on his first thing. It's amazing
But,
for a man of
there's a lot more.
95. It's quite this thing, you know what I mean? I've got to. I've just walked in and done this blind, and he's just walked in and done this blind, and the boys are all around him and all that. So he's done really well. He's done really well because his memory. Think about it. He's got loads more in there, but I'm not going to drive him bloody.
Well,
mad.
I've got so much to say.
Yeah, just wait. Don't.
I don't know when to stop.
Gary Nelson,
Nice man.
nice man.
I like Gary.
Elton John,
Lovely. Oh, blinder.
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 Rookie Lee,
A blinder.
blinder.
Yeah.
All right. I'm trying to think of
Yeah.
Gary Staggs.
Yeah. Bit mad. But you're right, Gary. A bit
Tony Pyle said to say hello, Bucky.
Who? Bucky. Oh, you know that. Bucky's all right. Yeah.
He's all right. I think we leave it. Tony Argent.
Yeah, night.
Yeah,
I like that.
Tony. Yeah. All right, John. All right. Well, that's it. Part one, you lot. Great interview. I'm proud of him, man. Fucking hell, man. 95, and he got out to see the light of day.
In part two,
Yeah, John.
I'd like to return to Durham.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, because then what it would be, because I can't, because with mine, I can, but I don't want to drag it out because your description of things and the early part of your life, it was quite long in this part one, but we don't need to explain nothing. We do, I like telling my viewers that, but with part two, we're going into detail of the prison stuff and the names and things and all that. But remember,
I'd like to bring in the punishments that the Home Office always swore by.
Yes, man. What they
And
used
one
to get
by
away with
one,
now, they get filmed everywhere down the block and everything.
That's to give you a starvation diet.
Yeah.
I've done. Do you want me to carry on or shall I stop?
No. We'll save it, but this is what's going to come in part two.
Yeah, very interesting.
All right, cool. Well, it's going to be very interesting because they don't know.
The public.
You've let them know a lot today, John, with some of the old ways at the beginning of time. You didn't really have the best of. I'm not making a case for all of us ex-offenders. But at the end of the day, the starting weren't really that good. But I mean, I hold my hands up to everything because I accept, like you, I accept responsibility for my behaviour and I move on and I make amends. And you're doing that now. Your books will help people. You're getting to that. You're getting to that age now where you can let out a lot more.
Sorry, it's a 5-letter word. Yeah. Which you say if you step on someone's foot in the queue in Tesco.
Yeah, I do that. I always say sorry.
But to say you're sorry for the life you've led, what it means is that you're sorry for being born.
Yeah. All right, John. All right, sweet as a nut, Mike. I love you.
All right, brother.
John. Part two soon to come. Wishing you all well from Yummy B TV.